Hi, I am Michael from Jamaica, and in my head, I have the stock recommendations for your financial independence, man. Today's video is an update on the companies EarthRenew and LEXAGENE. You see, a lot has happened and the share price has not always developed as we would have liked. The reasons for this are different. We will talk about that today. We will also discuss the question of where the two companies are heading based on the current chart. Furthermore, I have pinned the winner of our Bitcoin raffle from last week above the comments on our current video. And with the current video, a new round of raffle starts. So, good luck. Hey, if this topic interests you, then stay tuned. After the risk disclaimer, we continue. So, let us start our update with EarthRenew. If you don't know our basic video on the topic yet, you can find it on our channel, Stock Screener Island, under EarthRenew Stock Analysis. On Tuesday, 17th of May, EarthRenew surprised the market with the announcement of a spectacular deal with the world leader, K+S Potash Canada. The giant letter of intent provides for the lease of 15 acres of land for 15 years. On the leased land, EarthRenew wants to build a new plant for the production of fertilizers. You see, the new plant will have the capacity to produce up to 100,000 tons of granulated renewable biofertilizer. Roughly calculated, this would result in an additional gross turnover of about 345 million with a gross margin of 30% as stated by the company. Although the details are not yet known, it can be assumed that EarthRenew, as a potential long-term partner of K+S Potash, has negotiated favorable conditions with regard to both the lease and the supply of byproducts. EarthRenew also announced the completion of the acquisition of Replenished Nutrients, a renewable fertilizer company, on the 13th of May. This is an important step for the development of the company, which Keith Driver, EarthRenew's President and Chief Executive Officer, comments on as follows. You see, we are very pleased to be able to announce that the close of this transaction and to move forward with our ambitious plans to grow our newly combined entity. It is the beginning of a new phase of EarthRenew where we plan to significantly scale our production capacity by 10 times by expanding by product, volume and geography, and transitioning to a cash flow positive business. And while an Elon Musk tweets about the poor energy efficiency of Bitcoin, signed EarthRenew a power sales agreement with an unnamed cryptocurrency mining company to provide off-peak power over a 5-year term. The agreement will power cryptocurrency mining by EarthRenew's new partner via its 4-megawatt Rolls-Royce turbine in Strathmore. Crypto mining uses 100% green energy. So, with that said, let's take a look at the development of the weekly chart. After its high at 0.57, the price has come back strongly. I can imagine that some inexperienced market participants have already sold in panic and some others are still sweating and 50% losses, hoping that the tide will still turn. So here is a brief explanation of the situation. From a chart technical point of view, the world is still fine for EarthRenew. The market is still in an upward trend, and visible signs of this are the higher highs and the higher lows. But what exactly happened? You see, at the high of 0.57, some market participants realized their accumulated profits. After a 50% rise in share price, this is quite understandable. This caused the price to fall somewhat, and the first fear selling pushed the price down further. As a result, other market participants were inclined or forced to realize their profits or losses as well. And this drove the price down even further, and now the first panic selling began. followed by more. The result was the low of 0.29. You see, at this point, the price became interesting again for some market participants, and they started to buy the dip. The existing horizontal support in this area signals a possible reversal. Additional support is also provided by the trend line connecting the higher lows. This cross support represents a massive support and signals a possible end of the correction and thus the continuation of the uptrend. You see, to sum it up in one sentence, one could say that a bullish scenario expects a bottom in the area of 0.30, but only a move above 0.40 would confirm the bullish setup. A sustained undershooting of the trend line, however, would be very much in line with a bearish scenario, and end of the upward trend would therefore be given at a closing the price below 0.21. However, we are strongly bullish and are also supported in this assumption by MACD and stochastic. If we take another close look at the chart, the current situation not only supports long-term investment ideas, but also offers a first-class short-term trade opportunity for traders with strong nerves. You see, based on our bottom formation in the areas of the cross support at approximately 0.30, we are going long at the current price. Our target is a new high at 0.58. A stop loss should limit our risk at 0.27. So let's now move on to LEXAGENE. You can also find a basic video on our YouTube channel, Stock Screener Island, under the title LEXAGENE Stock Analysis. An announcement during the last company presentation by the management caused a sell-off in LEXAGENE shares that has continued to this day. The announcement stated that FDA approval for the MICU system was not expected in the short term, and worse still, no forecast could be given for the future. Sure, the disappointment was great. Some somewhat naive investors had been expecting an approval by the FDA practically from month to month and were correspondingly disillusioned. You see, in fact, this announcement should not have come as a surprise, as the company has repeatedly pointed out the difficulty and possible length of the approval process. But what now? Well, no, it is a question of making the best of the current situation. It makes sense for the company to base this on what is working at the moment. This is the use of the MICU system in the field of veterinary medicine. Here, the MICU is developing into a real game changer. With this product, LEXAGENE creates a win-win situation that satisfies both veterinary practices and patients. However, as in the case everywhere, the introduction of a new product requires not only time, but also appropriately trained personnel. To this end, many new qualified managers have been recruited in the recent months to build up a functioning distribution network in the veterinary sector. I am convinced that we will see the fruits of these efforts in the course of 2021. Veterinary medicine is practically an untapped market that is growing at 8.8% annually. It's expected that the entire market for veterinary diagnostics will reach a volume of $4 billion very soon. It makes perfect sense to concentrate on this part of the company's development first, and the management is also organizing efforts to obtain FDA approval as quickly as possible. So, you see, all of this reinforces our positive opinion of the company. LEXAGENE was and is a long-term investment for us, and our initial analysis has not changed fundamentally. Well, let us now take a look at the weekly chart. Since the high at 1.22, the share has lost a lot of ground. It went down to the current level almost without resistance. Unfortunately, the upward trend was also destroyed, and the previous important support at 0.475 was breached and now serves as resistance. The dilemma becomes even clearer in the daily chart. the market has tried several times to overcome the resistance zone between 0.47 and 0.5, but so far unsuccessfully. However, this is absolutely necessary to generate a bullish movement. Otherwise, there's a risk that the share will continue to slide downwards, initially to a level of around 0.37, so that is the current chart situation. For the moment, we can only wait and see. We have already bought a second tranche at 0.51. If the price continues to fall, we'll buy again at approximately 0.37, and we will place the fourth and final tranche in the market as soon as an upward trend has formed. This is our declared strategy of entering the market step by step. This strategy allows us to react flexibly to unpredictable market events in long-term investments. And now, I would like to focus our attention on something else. Experienced chart technicians have certainly recognized the perfect SKS formation that was activated with the closing price of 0.72 on the 30th of March. Here, on the way down, a favorable opportunity arose to compensate for the losses with a short trade. We traded this short trade and successfully closed at 0.5083. Well, so much for today's update with ERTHRENEW and LEXAGENE. Listen, man, have fun and good luck with your investment. Hey, you see, if this video has brought you any intellectual added value, then please leave a comment, man. We are happy to answer any criticisms or suggestions. Subscribe to our channel and benefit from our knowledge and experience on the way to your financial independence, man. Yeah, man.